For thousands of years, humans and horses have had a unique bond. So strong is the bond that we have mythological creatures and beasts in the shape of horses. The horse has evolved over the past 45 to 55 million years from a small multi-toed creature, Eohippus, into the large single-toed animal of today. Their power and strength and beauty and majestic presence has made people write wonderful stories and legends and myths. And of course, all these beasts and creatures that we know today. The hippogriff, half griffin and half horse, a very large beast indeed. We're also familiar with it because of Harry Potter, but it goes much further back than that, from the 16th century. It was first mentioned in Orlando Furioso, which was the great works of the famous poet Ludovico Ariosto. The wonderful hippogriff, with its eagle-like face, all feathers, beautiful big wings, massive claws on its front legs. The back half is the same as a horse, and from behind it looks like a horse. This creature can lay eggs, build nests, and of course it flies. Deep in the depths of the forest, you look between the glades and the trees, and you see a horse-like creature, but it's not a horse. It has a big horn in the centre. It's a unicorn. Thousands of years, unicorns have been in our imaginations, wonderful creatures, in our childhood, all through the ages. In medieval times, they actually believed they were real. The unicorn, a mythical creature popularised in Europe folklore, has captivated the human imagination for over 2,000 years. For the most of that time, well into the Middle Ages, people also believed them to be real. The roots of the unicorn myth date back at least as far as 400 BCE, when the Greek historian Theseus first documented a unicorn-like animal in his writings on the region of India. Descriptions of the unicorn can be traced throughout the following centuries in the writings of other prominent historical figures, such as Aristotle, Pliny the Elder, and even Julius Caesar, who claimed that similar animals could be found in the ancient and vast Hercynian forest of Germany. Over time, the unicorn acquired additional significance as a symbol of purity, protection, and medieval chivalry. It even developed religious connotations, sometimes employed as an allegory for Christ. There are beautiful unicorn tapestries currently housed at the Metropolitan Museum of Arts and Cloisters in New York City. Unicorns are seen all over the world. They are so popular. Stately homes have wrought iron gates with unicorns, coats of arms. Even pubs have signs named after them. There are tapestries in this country, France, and all over the world. Unicorns are deep in our imagination. As children, how many of us were told to look for the unicorns in the woods, or even had a lovely soft toy of a unicorn? They represent purity and love, and also they're supposed to have magical powers. And their horn, the lovely horn that you see from them, if you touch that, you will be full of luck. The narwhal tusk is found on the males of the narwhal. It's actually an enlarged tooth, but the belief that unicorns existed was so big that there was a trade for these tusks that were taken and sold off as unicorn tusks. As you can see, the unicorn is full of history and intrigue. May its magic stay with us and live on. Pegasus, the beautiful, winged, immortal. Pegasus came when Medusa was beheaded by Perseus. He cut off her head, and the blood that dripped produced Pegasus. He was such a loyal horse. He was Zeus's favourite horse, and when they went into battle, he would carry his thunderbolts and lightning. The loyal, beautiful Pegasus. When Medusa was beheaded by Perseus, she was pregnant. The father was thought to be Poseidon. She bore 2 children from her blood. One was Pegasus, and the other was the lesser-known golden-sworded Chrysaor. There's not a lot written about him, and not many people know about him, but he did indeed have a brother. Chrysaor's name means he who bears a golden sword. He had a body of a man, not a horse. Pegasus was given by the goddess Athena to the muses of the Mount Helicon to be taken care of. He loved it there and would often go to the watering hole to get water. The young Bellerophon was a young man, a great horseman. His desire, more than anything else, was to have Pegasus for himself. So one day, when the beautiful Pegasus was drinking, he came up along beside him, and as he bent down to take a drink, he jumped on his back. Pegasus went up into the sky, trying to get him off his back, but he realised that this was a good horseman, so gave in. Pegasus became his, but one day he decided to go to the heights of Olympus. He dared to do this. Zeus was furious and sent a gadfly towards the flying guests. Pegasus was stung, and he was knocked off balance and fell to the ground. Athena spared him his life and cushioned his fall, but he became crippled, and he spent the rest of his life looking for Pegasus. Of course, he never found him, because Pegasus was by Zeus. Pegasus means from a water spring. He could pound his hoof on the ground and make spring water appear. He was the master of the air and the master of the ground. Such a beautiful beast. And he took his place when he rode into the sky amongst the stars. Pegasus belongs to the Perseus family of constellations in the sky. On a nice clear night, look towards heaven and see Pegasus, the white, beautiful, winged horse. There are also mythological horse-like creatures of the sea. From Greek mythology and Roman mythology, we have the hippocampi. Poseidon and Neptune had them pull their chariots. There was either 2 horses or there was 4. These creatures had horse-like faces and bodies, but their back end was of a fish tail. They were swift and fast, beautiful creatures. They were thought to be the older version of the seahorses that we have today. I hope you've enjoyed this episode with all the mythical creatures connected to horses. Which is your favourite? Is it like mine? It's Pegasus. Is it the hippocampi, the hippogriff, the unicorn? These stories are wonderful. Let's keep telling them to our children, and when they go out down in the forest and out to play, they learn about this magical world that we have known for so long.